Alright guys, welcome back to Arrowhead Farms. We're going to do some maintenance on the Kubota M6-111. Do some oil change, air filters, check hydraulic fluids, just some maintenance stuff to get us started in the hay season. It's about 1,700 hours right now. Try to do it every 500 after the 250 break-in hour. So we're about on our fourth oil change. We've had this thing quite a few years now, so we need to make sure we take care of it and last a good long while. So here's the air filters. You can see quite dusty from last year. We try to change these before each hay season because that's the most dust that you'll see. And there's an outer filter and an inner filter. Technically you can clean the outer one, but you're not supposed to touch the inner one, so we just changed both of them. It's a lot easier on us. So we'll toss that into the side. Go get our brand new Kubota OEMs. There's your new one, the inner filter. And there is our outer filter. Brand new.
Nice and cheap.
Yep. There's always a little dust that collects up in this breather tube. Clean that out, shake it out, beat it out. We don't want any of that stuff going into our new filters. So there's a certain way that this goes on. As you can see, it says top, so it sucks air out of the bottom, and you still need to probably take that boot off and beat it up against something, dust it out, blow it out. Put it back on, face the right way. And these little tabs, just grab it and you put tension on it, and that's what holds it in. There's 3 of those. Make sure it's secure. It always faces that direction, so we're good there. I do know that it's going to need some coolant, so we'll go back and grab that after a while. You can get in here and blow out the condensers, the air coolers, oil coolers, turbo coolers, all that stuff. All this comes apart. I've already done that once this year, but we'll do it again just to keep everything breathing right. It's going to be high 80s today, so this thing's going to get a lot of work and it needs to stay cool. Alright, so now we're going to do an oil change. This thing holds 2.8 gallons, so we're going to drain the old, put the new in, put a new filter on. We'll be good for another 500 hours. Can't remember what size it was, so I brought every wrench I had. It is a 7/8, in case you need to know. It's very tricky. There we go. Good set of latex gloves comes in handy right now, but as you can see, I don't have them.
Especially on that good Apple Watch.
Good Apple Watch. You always push up till you know the threads are out and then come out real quick. It saves you a lot of oil on your fingers. There's actually 2 drain plugs, one on each side, because of the 4-wheel drive shaft that comes through here. So we'll actually drain the main side and then pull the other side off to get, there'll be half a quart in this other side, but you still need to try and get all of it out. And there's the second side. Alright, so while that oil is draining, we're going to check the hydraulic fluid. Here's the dipstick to do that. As you can tell, and I knew it would probably be low. We don't have a reading yet, but I've been watching this and it's just below level, so it's not in the danger zone at all. So we'll take our fill cap off, put our funnel, and cameraman, you're going to have to hold that. So we've got red top hydraulic fluid. The red top Starfire, it passes all the Kubota specs for the hydrostat and the hydraulics for this tractor. You can get it from Kubota, but generally this is cheaper with just the same specifications. If you have any warranty deals, this passes the warranty barrier too. So
heavy, is it?
It's not heavy at all.
I'll hold this funnel, don't you worry.
It's probably as heavy as that camera is.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy on it.
So we're going to put a couple of gallons in, check it, and then we'll top it off as needed. The bad thing about this, you just kind of have to guess it and keep checking and keep going. So we'll let that drain back into the tank. Pull our dipstick out. It's on the tip right there, so we're going to put another about a gallon, maybe a gallon and a half in it. Get it between those 2 marks on the dipstick. And this will come, it doesn't have a leak, it's just when you unhook an implement or an implement blows a hose or something of that nature, just regular maintenance on a tractor, it doesn't necessarily have a leak. But it's very important to check this, because in these new tractors, all of your hydrostatic, your transmission, and your hydraulics run off of this oil. So if that gets low, you could start damaging not only your hydraulics but your transmissions. And you can see we're to the bottom mark there. little bit past it, so we're going to call that good. And that was about 2.5 gallons of that 5-gallon bucket, so we'll keep that. Probably fill the John Deere up with it because I think it's low too. Alright, so we got our oil filter wrench, and we're going to loosen it and take the old one off, put the new one on. These are pretty handy. Some of them have the actual wrench adapter that fits on the exact oil filter, but this one works for all different sizes. So we're going to get this old one off, get the new one on. You want to be careful because that's your fuel separator. If you hit that knob right there, you're done for the day. So these should be hand tight on there. As you can tell, it wasn't very tight, and that makes it a lot easier to take off.
Sit there and I'll loosen it.
Well,
Get your bucket.
it's still dripping from the main.
Oh, we don't want to do that then.
Give me, there should be a rag up there somewhere on that gooseneck of that trailer. Where's it at? Oh, right there. Okay, I'll see where it's going to come. All right, go ahead.
Coming down that hole.
Yep, you're good. Don't take it all the way off, just let it sit there and drain for a minute.
I was gonna try to catch all of it.
Okay, just take it off and just pull it down.
Or drop it on you.
Either one.
There's the old one.
Put some old oil around the seal.
Alright, so we'll put the one side plug in. I believe you got enough on your hands.
Alright, you want to take some old oil. It's convenient that I've got some on my fingers. And just wipe around that brand new seal. Right now it's stiff and hard. It needs some oil on it to loosen it up so we get a good seal. Just put that on the old oil on the new filter. We'll spin it back on where it goes. If you don't get it started right, you'll be in a mess. So it should spin freely. You go till you can't turn it anymore. And you take your wrench, and you go 1/4 of a turn after hand tight, unless it slips off. Right there. All right, wipe everything off, make it look professional. Probably just made a little bit more of a mess than I had, but a lot of people will put the hour and the date, which is what we're going to do. It's got 1,719 hours, then we'll put the date that we changed it. That way we've got a full record of it. You can see I've done that on the fuel filter here. So the fuel filter's got about 400 hours on it. It was changed 2 years ago, this August. So we will get that replaced after this summer hay.
What's your drink of choice,
Good hard
sir?
day's milk.
Oh my gosh.
It's good for the body.
90-some degrees out, the boy drinking milk and eating a granola bar.
Keeps me going.
Lunch of champions. Alright, so we'll put the second plug in now. It's all drained out. Mom, all this oil was already here before we did this.
Yes. Well, the good thing about that, if something ever happens to the pan, all accessible right here.
Yeah.
Alright, so the oil fill cap is back in here. We gotta unscrew that. Get it out of the way. Grab our newly cleaned funnel. It takes a long one. Stick that in there. Now the heavy part.
I got this funnel, don't worry.
Yeah, grab that funnel, Corey. It's heavy. Camera too. Make sure the camera's.
It's getting heavy.
It only takes 3 gallons, but we bought 5 because it's cheaper to do it that way. A whole lot harder on the arms, and this is
yeah.
T4 15W40 non-synthetic. We just run conventional tractors because we change it so often. So just stick it up.
I'll try to catch all I can, buddy.
Yeah, man, that's hard.
There you go. Now you're up. Well, man, have one of them little pump things. You just be pretty good. Just little. No.
How do you get busted taller? Okay, go ahead. Oh, there's the air bubble. Man, pull that dips or that away from there. That's why you got 5 gallons. You might spill 2.
My hand's not felt no warm sensation yet, so I'm feeling pretty good.
If I flip it over, that can get them air bubbles in it.
Maybe we should have started like that.
Well, you can't do it when it's full.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Not
I
really.
can't see because of this.
It's coming.
Oh, check.
I think we passed 3 gallons.
Check, make sure it ain't coming out the bottom.
It's just water, Mom. We're trying to wash your blacktop off.
That wet dry is right there behind the garage.
Okay. We also might have should have put that down first.
And check the dipstick, see how much I need to go any further. I'm just gonna clean it off to get a good reading. We got there, safe marks up here, so we're gonna put a little bit more in it.
Yeah, I know. He had been the whole time. It's actually been resting on my hand. I felt the sensation right there.
Yeah. Oh, we got that folder down there.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going. We ain't doing it again.
Surely. It's coming out the fill hole.
Nah, I don't do that.
No, I mean like starts breathing it. dry perfect.
Yeah, see, that's what we did that for.
A little bit low, but
Oh, no, it ain't. Time you started up.
start up and fill the oil filter, it'll be just right. Yep.
Perfect.
Thank you. Alright, we'll get cleaned up here and we'll move on to the rest of it. Alright, we're going to start it up, make sure nothing clanks. Pretty good. Check the dipstick again, make sure that we're good and filled. Right there on the dot where you want it. So we're in good shape. Go ahead and move on to the baler. No, it's kind of 30 inch. I think it's not 24 inch, but it's actually 30 inch. I've been to the reps. Start greasing. The good thing about this baler, all the grease cords are in one section. Your grease paint, that runs metal or steel plastic lines to all of the bearings individually. You don't have to go and find each bearing. You just come to this port and grease it all at one time. We've got 10 pumps in each one to start. After about 50 rolls, we'll probably do it again. The lift gate's got some pivots here. We've greased them. latch has got one on it. Do the same thing on this side. Today, but I always like to shoot grease in this little bitty brake arm. Little nipple back in here that controls the brake string. Got a couple pumps in there. Breathe if you're on camera. This is a scraper blade roller chain. This baler is a solid special, so it's got scrapers on it to clean the belts off if you're doing wet and solid, just like the thickness belt. In dry hay, we don't really worry about it too much, but we still want to grease all the chain, keep everything fresh. Good on maintenance. Now it's go fill some bells. Do some minor adjustments as we do the first year, and then hopefully we'll get the rolling.